You're still watching Tea or Coffee. Now, the conversation we've been having this morning is actually on quality education and employability skills for students. Earlier on the show, I said that we're going to be joined by a young man who I'm very excited to speak to. On the studio this morning, we have Oluwanifemi Downsy, the founder of Teens World Empowerment. We have the founder of Teens World Empowerment and a celebrity change maker. Good morning, Ifemi. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing fine.
I'm actually glad that you're able to make it to the studio this morning because I really wanted us to have a conversation. You know, the work that you do is brilliant. You know, as a young person, empowering young people, that is a fantastic initiative. How is it that you found yourself doing something like this?
Well, I can't really give, like, I mean, the story is long, but I grew up in a remote community, Agege to be precise.
Okay.
And when I was 9, an uncle of mine took me for an internship, computer engineering internship. So after the internship, I found out that there are a lot of possibilities in technology, and then these people in this part of the world or in this part of this country don't know about these things. And then why, if I could access internship opportunities, why can't the world out there access these things? So I brought it to my community and said, okay, let's train young people with digital skills. Let's make them employable. And then this is growing to something global because it started from Agege and then it's
fantastic.
It's moving forward.
Why do you think employability skills are necessary for young people?
Well, the world is moving very fast, and then these employability skills are very important. I always say something, it's not about certificates, but certificates, if you look at it that way.
Certificate.
Yeah,
nice.
A lot of people have certificates, but they don't understand.
They know sabi.
Yeah, exactly. So where I'm coming in is not having a paper, it's actually knowing what to do and then being different. So a lot of places I go, I don't have a degree yet, but there's some places I get called to that people with degrees don't have access to, and then it's not about that paper, it's about what you know, and then that's what we're pushing. So the employability skills, basically.
So let's talk about the people who give out these certificates. I'm talking about the roles of schools, the roles of education in empowering young people. What do you think? You know, I'm an advocate of, I think the education system needs a revamp. I think it needs to change. What is your take on the role of schools, you know, in helping to empower young people for the future?
Well, basically, I think my work basically surrounds digital skills.
Okay.
And what I've been doing is I've been reaching out to people, strongholds in the government, to ensure that digital skill acquisition programs are embedded in the systems, the structure of education. Because if you look at the structure of education in Nigeria, it's not the kind of structure that it should be. Someone goes to school for 5 years engineering, and then someone goes to another school for 2 years, and then he knows better than the one that went to school for 5 years, because the one of 2 years is already packed up together with current things and is evolving. But the structure of the Nigerian education system is not evolving; it's just stagnant. They've been using these books. I used the book my elder brother used when he was in JS1. I used the same book in JS1, so it's not evolving. They're using old things, but digital skills are taking over. Let's take petroleum engineering for an example. Tesla, electricity. So in the next 15 years, let's imagine nobody's buying fuel again. What happens to petroleum engineers? They don't have their jobs.
Essentially.
So if they have digital skills like coding, different network IMG digital skills, and that would make them stand out. So you can do petroleum engineering, obviously, but you can also fit in this space because coding is taking over. Technology basically is taking over, and then this is where this institution should come in and ensure that these things are embedded in their curriculums. I've worked with a lot of schools, even in the past few months. I've taught about 7 schools in Badagry, and what I made sure was that they embedded digital skills training in their curriculum. And then
all right. So now, in your experience, you know, in your outreach programs and your touring, you know, I have come to realize that technology is a privilege. First off, you know, it's, you know, having access to a phone is a privilege because these things, taking the economic climates that we're in today, can be quite expensive. So what is your experience, you know, given the fact that technology is a privilege, but then, you know, you are a big advocate of digital skills. What is your experience in dealing with these challenges or with the challenge of technology being a privilege that a lot of people don't have access to?
So it's safe to say I don't have access to technology. That's why I'm not employable. But have you made efforts to have access to technology? Because there are a lot of organizations that making efforts to ensure that young people have access to this technology that we're clamoring for. So it's just basically about finding your niche and knowing what to do with it, because a lot of people, I mean, not everybody would have access to technology, yes. Right. Yeah. But so for me, I didn't have access to technology, but in my own little way, I was able to transcribe what I have into something that the world needs. Yeah. And then I always say, just always learn to channel your challenges into a possibility of opportunities. Right. So my challenge was no access to quality education, and I moved from ensuring that others have access to this quality education, and that's what others should do as well. So you don't have access to technology, it doesn't make you not employable. Yeah. Find something you can do that the world doesn't have yet, but in the next few years they're going to be looking for it. So if you look at influencers, Twitter influencers, last 20 years they were not known, Twitter influencers, but now everybody wants to be a Twitter influencer. Exactly. Technology.
Yeah. All right, so you were part of the 4 nominated Nigerians who won the Global Teen Award. Big congratulations for you on that, actually. So what does this translate to for young Nigerians? Like, what does this mean for young people like yourself in this country? And I want you to, in a form of admonition for younger people as well, like how can this encourage young people in this country to actually achieve more?
Well, when I got the award, I didn't expect it, because I just opened my email. I think it was a Sunday. I was like, oh, Global Teen Leader Award, okay. And then the funny part was they said, do not announce till when we say you can announce. And, keeping anxiety. But the world will not listen to you until you can dream and redefine your dream, basically. So I dreamt big. I said a lot of things when I was growing up, and my parents would be like, oh, if this guy doesn't achieve this thing, he'll be heartbroken. Yeah. But I'm happy to say I've achieved a lot of the things I dreamt about.
At a young age.
At a very young age. Yeah. And when a lot of people see me, they're like, are you sure you're 17 or you're just giving us football age? So young people basically should find their spice and stand out. There's something that makes you go for TFC, there's something that makes you go for a particular brand's rice, and there's something that makes you go for another brand's rice. What is different is the spice used in it, so they're unique, and that's where your selling point is. So young people should find that uniqueness in them and build on it. Yeah. What you want to do, I don't think there are a lot of celebrity change makers out there, but I built the brand, and I'm sure that in the next 5 to 10 years you're going to see celebrity change makers rising up, and then that's how young people should think. Dream big and also work towards redefining your idea. What's it again? Bitcoin, or what can I use as an example? Someone invented a camera, but they're redefining that camera to different things, and that's where the uniqueness is. It's not in the camera, it's in redefining of that particular thing. So just redefine your idea, refine anything that you want to do, and don't stop. Don't use the government as an excuse. Find your opportunities anywhere you can, basically.
Thank you very much, Rashid. I really wish we could go on, but our time is almost cut short on tea or coffee this morning. We have been joined in the studio with Oluwanifemi Downsy, a very bright young man. I'm honestly very privileged, to actually speak with you this morning. More grace to your elbows in the work you're doing with your team empowerment program.
Thank you so much.
So my name is Ade Oyepo. You've been watching Tea or Coffee. Join us tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. till this hour again. Keep a date for information, entertainment, and education. Until next time, have a lovely day. Goodbye.